Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to talk about conditional if. Okay. As you know, if should be followed by two sentences. Okay. The first sentence is a kind of condition, and the second sentence must come to give the complete meaning of the whole sentence of if. As known, okay, if should be followed by two sentences, and we got three main conditionals for if. The first conditional, okay, is if is followed by present simple tense and then with future simple tense. Okay. In the future simple tense, you are going to use will, shall, may. And let me remind you of the present simple tense. Present simple tense is formed by adding s to the verb with he or she or it. And the rest of the pronouns, okay, you do not add anything to the verb. Let's move to the second case. If is followed by past simple in the first sentence and then would or should or might, okay, plus the infinitive. So let me remind you of the past simple. Past simple of regular verbs, you add d or ed to the verb, and the irregular verbs, you got to learn all the irregular verbs by heart. So if you have if and followed by past simple, the second sentence should be including would or might plus the infinitive. Now let's move to the third case of conditional if, or the third conditional. If is followed by past perfect for the first sentence and then would or should have plus past participle for the second sentence. Before we move to the next slide, we are going just to make a kind of mind map for all conditional if. I want you to look at the three sentences following if. You will find in the first case we got present simple, in the second case we got past simple, in the third case we got past perfect. So the mind map I want you to have in your mind without learning by heart, whenever you got if and this if is followed by present simple, you simply put future simple, will or shall or may plus infinitive. And if you got past simple, you insert would or should plus the infinitive. And if you got past perfect, you insert would or should have plus the infinitive. Back to the mind map again. So the tenses in order: present simple, past perfect. And then the second sentences in order: will plus the infinitive, would plus the infinitive, would plus have plus the infinitive. So the second and third case are similar in a way. They have would or should, but in the third case you have would or should have plus the past participle. This would be very clear if we try some examples, okay, for if. In the exam, you will have if sentence, and you will have one sentence given, and the other sentence you are going to put the right choice. So how can we decide the right answer here? I want you to put something in mind, okay? Just forget about the missing sentence part. Okay, and go to the given sentence. I mean, if we look at this sentence, we have if I space a football player, I would be Ronaldo. Okay, so here we got would. Okay, so if you are going to choose, first you are going to say, oh, this we got would plus the infinitive, so this is the second case. Okay, So here you are going to use past simple. So the past simple here we got was or were. Okay, and because this one expresses impossibility, okay, so we use were. So the right answer is were. Okay, and here we got the second sentence. It's a clear impossibility in the second sentence here. If, okay, I wear a car, so here it's impossibility. So it's also the second sentence here, so we use would be. The right answer is would be. So what I want you to do is to look at the missing part, okay? Just once you see the missing part, move to the part which is given in order to decide which if are you dealing with. Are you dealing with if 1 or 2 or 3, as we did in these two sentences. Okay, now we got to read these sentences, okay, and try to know which answer, okay, is the right one. Here, as I told you before, you got to look at the given part of F. Here, if I were ill, I would space a doctor, okay. So here, where we got past simple after F, so our mind automatically would move to the second case of F. So if we got past simple after F, it means we got to have would or should plus the infinitive. But here he give us, okay, would. So the missing is the infinitive. So the infinitive here is B, C. Okay, let's do the same thing with sentence number 4. If I a lot of money, I would buy a new car. Okay, forget about the missing part sentence and look at the given part here. I would buy a new car. I would buy a new car. So here we got would and then is followed by the infinitive of buy. So here, which case has would plus the infinitive? We got two cases as we agreed before. We got the second and third case. Okay, the second has would or should plus the infinitive, and then the third has would or should too, but followed by have plus VB. So here we don't have plus VB. We got the infinitive after would, so it means it is the second case. So in the second case, which tense is following F? Okay, it's past simple. So where is the past simple in these sentences? We got had, this past perfect. We got has had, present perfect. And we got have, present simple. And we got had. So the right answer is had. So whenever you got an F sentence, okay, you got to look at the given part. Okay, the sentence which is answered, okay, not the sentence that includes any spaces. After that, you decide which if you are dealing with. Whenever you know which if you are dealing with, either it is the first conditional, the second conditional, okay, you got to insert the right answer. Okay, let's do the same again. Okay, let's do the same again. Here, if you want the final match, where space question mark. Okay, let's have a look at the given part here, and we got 1. What does mean 1 here? So it's the past of when. So we got past simple after F. It means that we are dealing with the second conditional. Okay, what does that mean? Let's revise the second conditional. F is followed by past simple and then would or should or might plus the infinitive. Okay, so here you would go, or you will go, or will you go, or would you go. So here we got two sentences, or we got two choices including would, but which one is right? Okay, this one, you would go, is used for the statement, but here we don't have a statement, we have a question, and in the question as known, okay, we just put the helping verb before the subject. So the right answer is would you go? Would you go? Now let's have more practice. Okay. Here we got another kind of F, which is called F for advice. What does it mean, F for advice? Sometimes you want to advise someone. Okay, the usual advice we introduce to people, we use should. You should study hard. You should stop smoking. You should wake up early. Okay, so here it's kind of advice, but we can also advise people using F. For example, here, if I were, I would plus the infinitive. This is the form of the F for advice. If I were you, if I were in your shoes, I would. So here we got where, okay, and then you, or if I were in your shoes, okay, I would do so and so. Let's have an example here. If I were you, I would study harder. So I'm advising this guy to study harder. It means I'm telling him you should study harder. Okay. If I were Ali, I would be happy. Okay, so here I'm introducing an advice to Ali. Okay, if I were him, I would be happy. Okay, I'm telling him you should be happy. You ought to be happy. So we use this case when we want to give an advice. Now we are going to move, okay, to another thing, which is, okay, we still are dealing with F, okay. So here, okay, we got what we call the zero conditional. What do we mean by zero conditional, and what is the use of the zero conditional? Zero conditional is a kind of F cases, but we use this one in order to express facts. I mean, okay, if you do something, you got only one possibility, which is going to happen next. Okay, so we use this to express facts. And in the structure of this case, we use present simple in the first sentence and the present simple too in the second sentence. We got some examples of facts here. If we boil water, it turns into steam. How does this sentence express a fact? Okay, let's try to boil water, okay, and tell us what will happen. The only thing that will happen when you boil water, it turns into steam. So we've got only one possibility. So this is how would you know if this sentence expresses a fact or not. You just look at the sentence. If you do something, we got only one possibility that would happen. So here, if you put some water, okay, on the heater and then start boiling them, okay, it will turn into steam. So it turns into steam, it means, okay, got no other possibility. So here we use present simple in the first sentence, boil, and we use present simple in the second sentence, turns. Okay. Now let's move to the second example. If we freeze water, it turns into ice. Freeze. Okay, this is present simple. Turns. This is present simple too. Okay, and the meaning here, if you got some water and just put them in the fridge for a long time, okay, they are going to turn into ice. So here, freezing water has one possibility. It's turning into ice. We use the zero conditional to express a fact. So whenever you have a sentence which expresses a fact, you got only one option concerning F. You get the zero conditional. What does it mean, zero conditional? It means you are going to put present simple in the first sentence and then present simple in the second sentence. Let's have some practice here. If you understand F very well, okay, you are going to answer these questions in a correct way. Before we start this exercise, I would like to revise the mind map that you had before with you. We agreed that we got three cases of F. The first case, present simple, then future. The second case, past simple, then would or should or might, plus the infinitive. And the third case, we got had plus PP, which is past perfect, and then we got would or should have plus past participle. So here, again, I'm revising how would you answer the F sentence, okay, in a correct way. As I told you before, you got to look at the sentence which is given, and then decide which F you are dealing with. Here, if they space, we would give them a hint. Okay, would give. Okay, which case is that? Try to think. I'll give you 10 seconds to think. Okay, now look at this one. We have would plus the infinitive, so it means the second case. So if we got this, it means we are going to insert here past simple. Okay, so what's going to be inserted here in this sentence? Okay, past simple. If they, we would give them a hand. Okay, so whatever verb you are going to use here, okay, it should be past simple. Let's have the choices. We have phone, phones, phoned. So the right answer here is phoned. Okay, it's the only one which is past simple. Let's have a look at the second one. Unless she listens, well, she space understand the lesson. Again and again, look at the given sentence. We got unless here. Unless means if not. So if we have unless in a sentence, it means you are dealing with F. Okay, the same cases goes with F. Okay, so I'll give you 10 seconds to think about the right answer, but first decide which case you are dealing with from reading the first sentence, as it is the given one. Okay, unless she listens, what tense do we have here? We got present simple. So here we are dealing with the first case. Okay, so the right answer should include will or shall, okay, plus the infinitive. Okay, let's have a look at the choices. Wouldn't, won't, wouldn't have. So the right answer here is won't. And as you know, won't, okay, is the abbreviation of will not. Now let's move to the third sentence. I space you the money if I had enough money. Okay. We got the given sentence here, if I had enough money. Try to think which case we got here. You got 10 seconds. Okay, which case do you think? We got had plus had. So this is the third case because this is past perfect. So here we are going to insert would or should or could or might or whatever plus have plus the past participle. Let's have a look at the choices. Let's have a look at the choices, and you are going to pick the right one, I'm sure. Would give, will give, would have given. So the right answer here is, this is the third case, we are going to choose C, would have given. So you find it very easy, okay, in order to answer any asked question, because you just look at the given sentence, and then once you had this mind map, okay, would give the right answer. Now let's move to the sentence number 4. If you heat water, it's very clear. I know this case, okay? So this case is well known. If we heat water, what would happen? It space into vapor. I don't think you need 10 seconds to think of the right answer, okay? Just let's have a look at the choices and you will know it very fast. Here, turns, turn it. We got here, if you heat water, add not into vapor. Okay, so what will happen to the water if you heat it? It's a fact. We got only one thing which will happen, okay, if we heat water. So here we got present simple. In the zero conditional again, we got present simple in both sentences. So here the right answer is A, turns. Sometimes we got to just remove F and use have or had at the beginning of the sentence. So as if F is replaced with had. So nothing changes with the case. I mean, okay, we got had here, okay, then we got the past perfect. So it is the third conditional here. So here, had he space to the class late, teacher wouldn't have allowed. Look at the given sentence, teacher wouldn't have allowed him. So we got would have plus past participle. It means we are dealing with the third case. The third case had plus the infinitive. We just here removed F and started the sentence with had. So what's missing here? The past participle of come. Come, came, come. So the right answer is come. We still have more exercises for F. I want you just to be confident when you deal with any sentence or with any conditional. Just two things to put in mind. Get your mind map ready all the time. The second thing to be done while you are answering F question, try to look at the given sentence, because as you know in the exam you are going to have 4 choices. Okay, let's try this again. You will be ill if you eat so much. Here you are going to correct eat. Okay, so which case is it? I'm going to help you with the cases. Well, B. So this is the first case. What tense is used in the first case after F? We usually use, okay, the present simple. We use the present simple. So the present simple here is eat, as it is. Number 2. If you wait, he come. Again, if you wait, present simple. Okay, so we got present simple, so it's the first conditional here. It will be he will come. Okay. Now let's move to the third one. If you ring the bell, the servant come. Here you are going to use present simple because it's clear, very conditional. It means if you do something, okay, something else might happen. So the right answer is if you ring the bell, the servant will come. Now let's move to the fourth one. If the children be good, they can't stay up late. We have here can, will, may are the same. So which case are we dealing with here? We are in case 1, conditional F1. So what's missing here is present simple. What's the present simple of be? The present simple of be is am, is, or are. So the children here is plural. What you are going to insert here, you are going to insert are. So the right answer is are. Number 5. If the beggar asks you for money, you give him. Again, if the beggar asks you for money, you will give him. I would like to thank you from my heart, okay, and I hope, okay, you just understood everything about F. But again and again, let me remind you, okay, that F conditional is just based on your mind map. What is your mind map? You got three main cases. The first one, present simple, future simple. The second one, past simple, would or should or might plus the infinitive. And the third one is past perfect, had plus would have plus PP, past participle. And the second thing to be just remembered whenever you answer an F question is to look at the given sentence. Once you look at the given sentence, you will know which case you are dealing with. So if you know which case you are dealing with, it's easy to go back to your mind map and give the right answer. I thank you very much, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you very much.